Hi, it's Todd. I'm here today doing a little behind the scenes video, and I wanted to talk about my new acrylic paintings, what I'm calling convergence paintings. So this is what happens when a person who's trained as a fine art painter becomes a professional photographer and then decides to meld the two things together. So about 5 years ago, I was thinking for my photography clients, how do I elevate my photography into a product that is more than just a photo? And so with that, I started doing this. So this is what I was calling a painted canvas. I would take a photograph of a person that I took, and I would go in and I would leave the flesh tones the way they were, but everything else was painted with acrylic paint by hand with a brush. So it's 95% painting and 5, maybe 10% in this situation, photograph. So earlier this year, I was thinking, how do I take this concept and bring it into my landscape paintings? And what I came up with was what I'm calling convergence paintings, where I take the painter side of me and those skills with the photographer side and those skills and bring them together. So it's a convergence of painting and photo. And I'm doing this for my travel images I create when Janice and I are out and about around the world. This was taken in France. Started off life as a photograph. And again, about 90–95% of it has been painted to where it's an acrylic painting. But if you look carefully, like in this tree right here, instead of it having a drawing or some sort of underpainting, you can see the photograph that underlies it instead of a painting. So there's one for France. Here's one from a trip we took to St. Martin in January. And this one, again, we have big painterly strokes in the sky. It's very much a painting. It's all painted. Look at there. There's a little bit of photo poking through. That's about the only area in this one where the photograph shows just in those little tiny bits. And then nice big painterly waves down here. Again, 95% painting, maybe 5%, maybe 10%, I don't know. Probably, maybe less than 5, who knows? Somebody do the math. I have no idea. Anyway, it's just a little tiny bit photograph poking through to bring this little bit of realism that wouldn't be there if I just put in a few dabs of paint to indicate the little tree here or the buildings over there. So anyway, these are the newest things that I've been working on. I still do the traditional oil painting, which is 100% oil painting. I still do the traditional photographs, which are 100% photographs. But I also do the convergence paintings, which are painting and photograph. And if you want to come in and be photographed and have me create one of you, that's great. I can also possibly come to some special place that you would request, photograph it, and then create a painting of that.